Well, I've known Lil Bibby for a long time. You know, we actually keep in contact. I remember I did an interview with him a couple of years ago where he talked about signing Juice WRLD and how essentially every song has some sort of drug reference in it. Mm-hmm. Damn near, right? And not just talking about, not talking about selling drugs, actually using drugs. And that was seriously mirrored in his actual life, where he was taking perks like crazy, like to the point where I remember Bibby was like, when he found out the number he was actually taking, he just couldn't believe it. And he would, go and show up at his hotel room. He wouldn't come out the room because he was going through some sort of, episode. And then finally, we saw what happened at the airport where he just took a bunch of pills and overdosed and died. How did you feel when you saw that? I mean, he became a superstar, but he died when he was, barely out of his teens.
I was low-key sad, bro, because I wanted to make a song with him first and foremost, but, like, the wave that he created, like, and I see a bunch of artists that kind of, like, try to mimic his sound nowadays. It was just, like, I don't know, it was big. It felt like a real, like, I don't know, like a superstar of the stature of, like, Michael Jackson died. Like, that's how it felt. It was just like, damn, Juice WRLD really just died. And he was just gaining traction, doing a bunch of Lyrical Lemonade videos. Like, I don't know, it was just crazy to see. It was sad, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he just had the song with Eminem.
Yeah, man.
And I'm not even sure if he was alive when that song came out. That may have come out after he died, or
yeah, a lot of
really
music came out after he died. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bibby I think has I think he mentioned he has a huge catalog of songs still.
I bet.
It's crazy. So when you first started rapping, were you Lil Eazy in the beginning?
Yeah, I was always Lil Eazy.
Okay.
Actually, no. Actually, I lied. When I was in high school, I was SG Eazy. That was the group of friends that I had. That was our little clique. And then I stopped fucking with them. And then I just kind of went on my own wave, and I was just like, I went to Lil Eazy.
Well, I interviewed the other Lil Eazy, who's Eazy-E's son.
Oh, Lil Eazy-E. I actually got on a phone call with him before.
So I've wondered that. Have you guys ever talked about the similarities in your names? 'Cause I'm assuming you spelled it differently because his name is spelled a certain type of way.
Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about him. My friends called me Eazy from my freshman year on up. So like, I just used that name. I wasn't even thinking about him, but that's how I always spelled it. I didn't spell it different because of him or nothing like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I always spelled it like that.
So when you guys got on the phone and talked?
Briefly, I was at Scott Storch's house.
Okay.
And I think I was doing a song, and then he was like, yeah, you got to talk to the Lil Eazy-E. Like, it just has to happen. So he called him on the phone, and I was just like, I'm going to hold the name down. And that was pretty much it. We didn't have really like too long of a conversation, but it was just cool to even be on the phone with him, period. That shit was crazy.
Well, you said around 16 you started hustling.
Yeah.
Just like selling weed?
Selling weed, selling really whatever was in the hood. Like, I was in Riverdale a lot. So like when I was in the suburbs, my mom's house was in Homewood, but all of my friends were from Riverdale. So after school, I go straight to Riverdale, and it's pretty treacherous over there. And I wasn't getting no money at the time, but I wanted money. I seen, a lot of people with money, and I always wanted to have money in my pocket. So like, if it was drugs around, I'm selling it. Like, we'd go across the street, get an ounce, 2 ounces, split it up into dime bags and nick bags, and go sell it. I'd be at school selling nick bags and dime bags to my friends and shit like that. So yeah, it was really just selling drugs.
I mean, weed is usually kind of mellow, but once you get into coke and pills, sometimes
I wasn't really in there. I was selling pills. I ain't gonna lie, we used to sell like fake drink too, like to the goofies and shit like that. We was doing anything to make some money, honestly. Like at 16, 17, we didn't really give a fuck. We was doing fraud. We was doing all type of just little fraudulent shit, not nothing too big or too crazy, but like dropping checks in people's accounts and shit like that. Just little dumb shit. Like, that's just the type of shit we was on when we was little.
Now, wasn't your dad a sheriff?
He is. He's still a sheriff.
Still a sheriff?
Yeah.
So your dad's a sheriff, your dad's the police.
Yeah. That's
and
12.
you're breaking the law.
Yes.
Did your dad find out?
No. I mean, I'm sure he kind of knew what was going on because he never used to want me to go to Riverdale. Like, he'd be pretty pissed off that I was going to Riverdale, but I was staying with my mom, and I ain't really stay with my pops. I didn't want to stay with my pops at the same time because he a sheriff, so pretty fucking controlling. Not controlling, but, he wanted shit a certain type of way. And it was like, I wasn't really fucking with that. And my mom was cool. Like, that's like my best friend. That's like my sister almost. So, like, I didn't really have to worry about too much of nothing. I'm getting good grades. I go do whatever the fuck I wanted to do. So, what I wanted to do was go make money. So, that's where the money was at. I go to Riverdale, go sell some drugs, go kick it with my homies, shit, just chill.
I mean, did you ever have any issues?
Yeah, like, just being over there with the people that I was around, like, people had problems with my homies. So if you got problems with my homies, then, you know, I got problems with you. That's just how it is. So that's kind of like how all my altercations and beefs happened, because they was beefing with my homies. So shit, that's just the type of homie I am. You beef with my homies, I'm beefing with you. That's just it. I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what's going on. Like, that's just what it is, period.
Well, did it ever escalate?
Yeah, I mean, some shit escalated. I won't go too deep into it, but shit done escalated. I was carrying guns when I was 17, 18, 19, riding around the city looking for trouble. But I mean, shit escalated, but I ain't gonna get into all that.
Okay. Any arrests during this time?
Nah, I never been arrested.
Okay, so you just got lucky, basically.
Yeah, you can say that. I definitely got lucky a lot of times. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, for example, if you got caught with a gun,
yeah,
and then your dad finds out about it, who's a sheriff.
I mean, him being a sheriff, I probably would have got out or got some type of, good graces in the courtroom. But like, yeah, we was riding around with all type of stuff, switches, whatever you can name. We was riding around with. And I ain't gonna lie, in the back of my head, I'm like, we get caught, it's over with. But I mean, I was about to turn 18, not even 18 yet. So I mean, I don't know how it would have went if I would have got booked, but I don't even like thinking about it. It never happened. God, had my back, so that's all I can really say.
Well, and you said that you kind of stayed away from the gang element during this time.
I mean, around like my way in the suburbs, there's a lot of clique banging. So like I said, like if you got problems with my homies, then that's just what it is. Like my clique, we sleaze money. That's just our shit. So we not like GD, BD, it's not none of that. It's just more so click banging. My group is from where we from, and if, let's say, another group is from around the corner and they don't fuck with us, then we into it with that group. But it's not like a GD, BD type of situation.